Want to know how to make music like Beabadoobee? It's actually a lot simpler than you think. In this video, I'll prove it to you by showing you the 3 techniques she uses that help her generate millions of streams. But first, you need to know her go-to technique to write new songs from scratch, as it will make things so much simpler, and that technique involves tuning your guitar away from the standard E tuning. It's an alternate tuning that Beatrice uses a lot for her music. Using this tuning, I came up with a really catchy riff like the one in 1036 to build the song around. If you notice, it's actually not a very difficult riff to play. However, the issue we will run into is that we won't have much of an obvious song structure, as having only one single riff will limit that. So to counter that, I came up with this. This will serve as the riff to the chorus section of the song. It's important that when going to the chorus that it sounds full, as it acts as the apex of a song. And we can't really do that with just one riff being played. So to aid with that, we got to play chords. To play chords in this particular tuning, you only need one finger. Bar the entire fret and boom, you have a chord just like that. Talk is played like this. With that, I would experiment with making a progression by moving your finger up and down the fretboard like so. Play around and trust your ears to know what sounds good with the riff that you wrote earlier. This is my chord progression for the chorus. So you might be wondering what this tuning is, as it makes coming up with catchy riffs and chord progressions so easy. It's dad fad. With the main songwriting done, you still need to know how to achieve a distorted lo-fi guitar tone, otherwise it won't sound anything like a music on Beatopia. And that involves 2 very specific audio effects. First, you can use the fuzz tone from my pedal board. This should beef up the dry DI tone that you're currently using. Next, you want to pick any bit crush and distortion plugin. For my example, I'm going to be using Ableton 12's Redux and Raw. Hear the difference of the guitar tone with the added effects. If you're not on Ableton, here's a list of distortion and bit crush plugins you can use in any other DAW. Otherwise, my favorite paid distortion plugin is Decapitator. This is what my riff and chords from earlier sound like with Decapitator instead. With the guitars out of the way, what's an alt-rock song without some bass? In Beatrice's music, her vocals and the guitars take center stage. The bass should be a complement. Don't take attention away from those 2 elements with some crazy bass lines. Following the bass notes for your chord progression will complement the track and still sound good. Here is my example. Of course, using a live bass guitar is very crucial for this genre. However, if you don't have one, Ample Bass P2 Lite is a very good free bass guitar plugin. Now that we got all the melodic elements down, we still have one last element to go. Without it all, your bandmates playing their parts will struggle with performing in time, and to do that, we need to have the drums in the track. Like the bass, use a simple drum pattern to complement rather than dominate the mix. Here's the drum pattern I came up with. By the way, all the drum sounds that are in this video are from my drum kit called The Seized. I made the kit by recording a Sake acoustic drum kit with the help of a drummer. If you're interested, you can download my free beta version of the kit. In it, you'll get 10 different drum breaks, some one-shots, and my favorite fuck-up folder where I destroy the samples I recorded with wild processing. Links in the description. Another trick that I hear in Beatrice's music is that the drums also have a distorted lo-fi sound to it. Similar to the guitars, the added effects you want to use are Redux and some added saturation. Bonus tip is to map an LFO to the Redux effect. Here's what the full track sounds like with that added. Now, another artist who also equally makes beautiful indie music is Steve Lacy, and he uses different techniques to achieve his sound. So what I've done is that I've put together more lessons that we can learn from him in this video right here. I'll see you there.